This video I am going to discuss with you guys another Java developer interview question. So I have already uploaded couple of videos on this topic. If you want, you can watch that videos as well. So now any further delay, let's get started. Okay. So this is the question for this video. How many objects should be created if we do string s equals to new string abc? Okay. So first, let's see what will happen if we are writing something like string s equals to new string abc. So now the main point is there will be two objects will be created for this. Okay, one is in the heap and another one will be in our string constant pool, or we can say SCP. Okay, and the references s will be pointing out to the heap object always, means this s. Okay, this s is the reference and this reference will be stored in our stack, right? You know that. Okay, so basically the reference will be stored in our stack and the actual object will be stored in our heap area. Okay, and GC means the garbage collector is not allowed in the string constant pool area, so all objects on string constant pool will be destroyed automatically at the time of JVM shutdown. Okay. Suppose if you are writing something like string A is equals to new string ABC, this time two objects will be created. Okay. One object will be stored in our heap area. Okay, and another object will be stored in our string constant pool. Okay, this is the main point that you have to understand. Okay, and this heap area object means here you will store the actual object and the reference, which is s. S will be stored in our stack. Okay, this value will be stored in our stack. I think it's clear up to this. So now moving to our next slide is the visual diagram which we have just discussed in our previous slide. Okay, so like there will be two objects. Okay, one will be in heap and another one will be string constant pool. Okay, so there is no garbage collector. Okay, like as we know, in heap memory area we will be having our garbage collector, right? But in string constant pool we do not have any garbage collector, so it will be destroyed automatically at the time of JVM shutdown. Okay, right? So all objects will be destroyed. Okay, and also like heap memory area we have garbage collector. So garbage collector will also destroy the like unreferenced or like unused object, that is true. But if we have the reference, okay, suppose here already this particular object is referenced by s, so it won't be garbage collected, right? Because it's a strong reference. So in that case, you have to wait for JVM shutdown, and after that, all the objects will be destroyed. Okay, I hope this diagram is also clear to you. There are two things. If we are writing a string s equals to new string abc, then in two areas the object will be created. One is in your heap memory, and another one is the string constant pool. Okay, all the objects will be destroyed at the time of JVM shutdown. Okay, and heap memory area, there is a garbage collector, but because this particular APC object is strongly referred by the reference S and S is stored in our stack memory, so it won't be garbage collected. So you have to avoid both the JVM shutdown. Okay, but string constant pool area, we do not have any garbage collector, so you have to wait for the JVM shutdown. There is no any other option. Okay, so yeah, I hope this is also clear to you. So now we will do some case studies, whatever we have learned. Okay. So as I have mentioned, there will be two objects will be created in two different places. Okay. Now the point is how you can access that two objects. Okay. I think one is clear, like if we want to access the heap memory area object with its reference, we can access. Okay, but how we can access the object which is created in string constant pool area? Okay, that is the main important thing that you have to understand, right? So access the string constant pool area object, we have to use this particular method in turn to have this string s1 equals to new string abc. So in two places object will be created. Okay, heap and string constant pool, right, is denoting the this particular object reference. Okay, and now this s2 is pointing out to this string constant pool object reference. Okay, and one more thing I just wanted to clear, this s1, okay, is pointing out to this heap memory area object. Okay, this heap memory area object is referred by s1. Okay, so now when you are trying to compare the reference, means the object reference, obviously here we are using equal operator, right, not equals method. Like as we know, equals method basically used to check the content of the strings. Okay, but here we are using equal operator. It means it will compare the references, and obviously s1 is pointing out to heap area object. Okay, and s2 is pointing out to the string constant pool area object reference. So obviously they are not same, right? So it will give you false. No need to worry, show you the same in my eclipse as well. Okay, like I will properly execute the code and you'll be able to see the same answer or the same output you will get. Okay, so I'm just explaining the same thing over here. Like if ABC is not already the string constant pool, one object will be created in SCP and another object will be created in heap, a new string copy. Okay, like you already know, right? String constant pool is something in this is the area where if we have same string, then it will reuse the string from here. Okay, so it's not like it will store the same string multiple times. If you already have the string, then that means this particular string won't be stored. The old one will be referred. Okay. So now S1 is pointer to the heap object. Okay, the same thing I have discussed. Okay. So I hope this is clear up to this. If you have any doubts, please do let me know in the comments section. So now moving on. This is our case study 2. Okay. So string S1 equals to new string ABC. String S2 equals to S1 S1 dot intern. Okay. The ACP object reference, I think it's same whatever we have seen in our last slide. So now here we are doing something interesting. Okay. So S3 equals to ABC. Okay. So means here we will be having uh, heap and then okay, maybe we can write heap. Okay, and it will be SCP string constant pool. You will be having this object and you will be having this object. Okay, so now in this heap area object is referred by S1. Okay, and then S2 you will be having, S2 is basically pointing out to this particular thing. Okay, now the point is saying you have another S3 and S3 is equals to ABC. In my previous slide, I have mentioned if any particular string you have created and this particular string is already present in our string constant pool, that time it won't create another string. We refer the string which we have already stored in our string constant pool area. Like this object we already have, right? ABC, and this is pointed out by S2. But yeah, this object we already have in our SCP. So now this time this object won't be created. It will point out to, means ST will be point out to same. Okay, because if we already have that particular object in our string constant pool, then it will reuse that string. That is the significance of string constant pool, right? To reuse the same string again and again, no need to create the same string multiple times. Okay, so now what it will return? S2 equals to S3. It's true, right? Because if ABCs already exist in the string constant pool, or it does, Java does not create a new object. Okay, this is the most important line. it simply uses the existing pool object. Okay, so I think it's clear because you already have ABC in your string constant pool. That's why when you are doing S3 equals to ABC, there is no string has been created. The old string is referred only, or like we can say the old string is used here. Okay, we haven't created any new string. Now go to our IDE to understand these concepts better. Okay, and also we can cross check the output whatever we have discussed in these slides. Okay. String S1 equals to new string ABC. Okay, two objects will be created. One will be in heap and another one will be in our string constant pool. Okay, so now string S2 equals to S1. So in turn, now S2 is pointing out to our SCP string constant pool areas object. Okay, and shortcut I am writing. Okay, and now there will be another string S3. Now like what we are doing S3 equals to ABC. Like this ABC we already have and it is also stored in a string constant pool. So and as we know string constant pool is the most significant thing to reuse the same string multiple times as both the string content are same, it will be reused from the string constant pool area. So S3 equals to APC. Okay, so this APC we have already created and already we have this ABC in our string constant pool. So now this ABC string will be reused and the same string reference will be stored in our S3 variable. Okay, so now we can just check the references. Okay, suppose S2 is equal expecting it will be true and S1 is pointing out to heap areas object reference. So S1 is equal is 3 you can do, or we can do one more thing like, so I am expecting here you will get false and here you will get false. Okay, so we can just quickly run this one. So yeah, we are getting false and here we are getting true. Okay, that's all for this video. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any doubts, any questions, do let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer all of your comments. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.